Do you ever have that feeling when you're all dressed up and put the most effort into your looks, and then you glance in the mirror to see how you look, and you just feel absolutely hideous, and suddenly putting effort into your looks feels torturous because no matter how hard you try, you just feel like you're not good enough. But at least when you were not focused on your vanity, you could make the excuse of it all just being a lack of intention with your appearance. And if you just put in some time, it would not be so bad. Unlike now, when you see that's not the case, as you dissect yourself while looking at your face, as if the parts are supposed to be sold on sale, and not a living, breathing person with more depth than just the decorative surface, which you find inadequate to shield you from what you deem as your own ugliness, and it shows, and you feel disgusted by the reflection of the pig wearing lipstick, all dolled up, but still a pig, still you. Sometimes it transforms into a dilemma, because it's hard to tell if you despise the way you look, because you despise yourself, or if you're disgusted by yourself, because you're disgusted with the way you look. But one thing's certain, neither predicament seems delightful. Sometimes you do feel okay though. Sometimes you're not so appalled by your reflection that you even take a picture or two for keepsake, and you decide you don't feel terribly ashamed of stepping out of your house in that moment, and you do. You do step out, and you wish you never did, when you feel the gazes of people you don't know dismantling every aspect, part by part, as if you're some piece of ornamental value, and you think you can hear them talking, muttering words that you can't decide are real or emerge from the back of your mind. When you stand there frozen, as a man old enough to be your father trails his eyes on your body as if scanning, as he stands with his wife and kids, and you feel the spit of utter guilt and disgust, as if you've done something wrong, simply for existing at that very moment. But you can't help it. You've never been able to, no matter if you were 17, 15, or 12. No matter if you covered up and refused to wear what would have been used against you as a convenient blame, because it never really made you feel safe, and you would be covered up in the boxiest of sweaters as you walked past a group of bystanding men. You could still feel the fear and see the ill intent, and you suppose it was out of concern when grown women would ask you to not wear a dress when you were 12. But you never really saw that concern when their own children would fix upon you the most objectifying stares, and it's not like you were touched and behaved with inappropriately, but do you really have to be violated first before your fears are taken seriously? When you return back home, it's not like everything has went bad, but you've almost grown numb to distinguishing it well, the good experiencing lost in the sea of traumatizing events, because why should you have to just expect yourself to be defiled because you are pretty in someone else's eyes? And when you look in the mirror again, even when you were satisfied, this one time now, you feel an itching urge to tear it and rip it apart, to feel like you're fine, and you just want to warp into an abomination, an unpleasant apparition that they refuse to gaze upon, so that maybe you could have a moment of solace without the unwanted crowd. But it's really damned if you do and damned if you don't, because people don't treat ones they find ugly with mere indifference. In fact, they make them out to be either some sort of pitiful creature, punching bag, or alleged monster, because whether you be pretty or not, you've never been more to them than their own perception. So go ahead, pick your poison. Be defiled to be wanted, or be defiled if you're not. But you'll be defiled either way. But you're no different than the ones who make you feel so terrible about yourself. You do the same every day, maybe even more than the rest of the world, Even behind closed doors, you're just a puppet that performs until the day it rots. So let it come sooner, and let us shed our skin and only have our soul. Let us be what we've been all along. Let us be pure again. Let us be free. Let us be me.